Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Al Stock Trades. In this video, I wanted to do something a little different. I am a student of MasterClass. It is I believe, monthly subscription where they have these teachers from all around the world. President Bush in this video we're going to be talking about, and so many other like Jenner and Steph Curry on how to shoot a basketball. For me, guys, I always want to better myself. I always want to essentially just keep learning and be a lifelong learner. Okay. So, I understand that this video may be incite some emotions from people that are not fans of George W. Bush, but and some may have some insightful feelings outside of the country. Well, for me, I find that listening to people that necessarily you don't agree with, let's say politically, or the decisions that they made, is such a very American thing to do, is being able to listen and learn. So I attended his master class, and boy, did I learn a lot. And in this video, I want to share what I learned. Now, is this an all-encompassing review? No, I advocate for you to go ahead and watch it yourself. Am I sponsored by MasterClass? No. This is my own money that I give to them to learn the knowledge of all these amazing groups of folks that they have, whether that's negotiation, the art of persuasion, and all these other things. So why Bush? Why did I really enjoy? I really enjoyed him. I believe he's one of the most misunderstood presidents of our time. I really enjoyed his I just really enjoyed his course. Now, for you guys, for folks that don't know the history, President Bush number 2, right? He faced a lot of criticism, but he also faced a lot of trying times. He just, started a presidency during the .com crash with a country under attack in the World Trade Center. Then to finish it and top it all off, he ended it with the great financial crisis. And it's not like he himself ended it. It just so happens that Wall Street put them in a tough pickle. Then at the end of the day, they bailed Wall Street out, giving money back to the people that caused this whole thing. And even him in his video, he said, my friends from Texas, they're probably sitting in coffee shops as Bush darn lost his mind, But it was the right thing to do. And by giving money back to Wall Street, they ended up paying it back in interest. We'll talk more about that. I want to talk about the lessons that I learned on a leader, because let's face it, former President George W. Bush is a leader, a damn good one. His father was a leader, and his whole family. His mother was a leader. God bless her heart. And no matter what, no matter what political rhetoric and what politics people on whatever side they are, I always see the beauty of who people are. And the common denominator is that if you are an American, we are all American, right? So I find that very when I listen to people talk. So what I learned from him, well, I love that he says that he always likes to self-deprecate himself to essentially calm down the room, to make people relax. You see, whenever you engage in folks, whenever you talk to folks, you cannot get their best if they're tensed. You need to be able to learn how to relax the room. So I learned that, just cracking a few jokes, making fun of yourself. In fact, his mom was really great at that. And for someone like myself, and again, these lessons, you are going to be able to take them with you to work. Like, for example, I want to become a brain surgeon. And there's a sense of level of stiffness when folks interact with these types of specialties. And what I would like to do is I would like to make it such a very seamlessly just beautiful, elegant, just moment for people can are able to just be themselves and not be tensed. I learned that if you want to be a great leader, you need to be able and allow access to everyone. Everyone should have access to you. I really like that how when he hired his chief campaign or chief guy, for the White House, he always said, "Listen, I want other people to come to me without you even being here, because I want them to have the ability to come talk to me." I really enjoyed that. So, summarizing everything that I've learned from this masterclass, I really highly suggest that you take a look into it. The thing that I'm going to do is, when I interact with patients, it would be not too bad to crack a few jokes about yourself to lower the edge, especially if, let's say someone's going to undergo a very stiff, very dangerous operation. Being able to relax people and just calm down the room. Being able to take criticism and not hold a grudge in your mind. I liked when he said that, a vote no today could potentially be a yes tomorrow. I really do enjoy that. Now, do I agree with the Iraq war? I mean, that's something that, I personally, I don't, right? So there's a couple of things that I was like, right? But maybe there was something that through national security is knowledge that I'm not aware of, that he may be aware of. So I can't fully, make a pinpoint. You really can't, never really can when it comes to the government. It's so, you can't really know the full percent of the truth because of national security threats. And he always talks about that. He said that there were times, a lot of times where he knew something that the American people didn't do, and you would have to act on morals and principles. And that's what I really enjoy. Now, regardless of your political stance on how you feel, whether you think this is complete BS or not, I agree with what he says in terms of morals and principles. A popular decision today in terms of moral and principles may not be the right decision in the future. That's why it's important to follow your principles and morals every single time and not seek the vote of populism, because that changes over time. This is something that I seen President Joe Biden changed his viewpoint, which is okay. People change. In the vice president debate with Sarah Palin, I remember him saying, both of them, that they do not support gay marriage. But as through time evolved, they are able to pass that law that became law of the land, where former vice president, now President Joe Biden, was able to change his mind. How you doing, Ben? So I find it very it was a very beautiful class. He talked about stem cell research in terms of embryonic tissue that obviously from a Republican standpoint is a big no-no in terms of pro-life. And he said that, well, he made a strategic decision, and he said, well, these embryos are already, dead, in terms of their, that's it. So those can be undergoing research. And then he sided with science. But then again, he got a lot of criticism. Or let's say when Katrina happened, he was talking about how he was peering down, the region, and a photographer on Air Force One took a picture and said, President Bush doesn't care. When in reality, no, of course he did. He did in fact care. It just so happens that when a president comes down, it takes a lot of resources away from the general responders, the police, and what are you going to do, right? It's your president. So, and he didn't want to go down there. And he talked about how he should have maybe gone to a further region away to talk to people that were evacuating. I really enjoyed his examples. And I highly suggest, if you are a Democrat and just so, just don't like Republicans, I highly suggest hearing the other side out. And if you're Republican and don't like Democrats, I recommend hearing the other side out as well. Again, I was just at what's it called? A hot tub, right? And I was speaking. I was in California. I was speaking to a group of people, and there's this lady. She was a teacher, and we were engaging in politics. And she said, "I don't want to hear anything about Republicans. I don't like them. I don't want to hear anything about them." And one of the things George Bush talked about, and also President Bill Clinton, he said that, you want to have people that disagree with you on your team. That's the whole point of the Al Stock Alerts and the Mastering Stock Market course that we've created. I encourage you to disagree with me. Because if you all agree with me, or let's put it this way, if I want to be surrounded by people that agree with me, then it's all about who? Me. Just like that lady I engaged with. By the way, I debated her and I just clean cut it was a samurai, right? And I was able to hopefully incite her and give her some light. But think about it this way. If you want to be surrounded by a group of people that reflect your beliefs, me, then it's just all about you. And you're not challenging yourself to listen to someone else that carries a different opinion of you. Now, I hate to say this, but I will point some guns. I mean, I shouldn't say that word because we actually have a problem here in the United States about guns and stuff. I want to pull the finger on our universities and institutions. They have lost the beauty of debate. They have lost the free-spirited intellectual thought of being able to talk about anything because of others feeling offended. I personally believe that in order to foster change, we must come together and really debate and talk about things that make us feel uncomfortable and surround ourselves with people that just don't agree with us, because it's not about you and it's not about me. And that's something I believe that we've lost in the United States. I believe the political rhetoric, and it'll always be like such, I feel like we are slowly killing the beauty of what it means to be American, which is it's like an idea where you coming together, where people believe in different aspects and fighting it out respectfully, and coming and learning from other people's point of views in terms of their ideologies, their viewpoints, and coming together to create or forming a common good. And I believe we lost that. So what do I take from this? Well, only a few of us that will ever essentially watch a particular masterclass like this will become president of the United States. But all of us can take something from this. And something that I'm going to be taking from this is when I approach my patients, I'm going to have patients that may give me a one finger sign, that may curse at me, that may spit on me, that may whatever on me, whatever it is. And it's my job to not be offended. It's my job to think of the big picture. What is the goal that we're trying to accomplish here? And I'm here right now. I'm speaking to the American citizens that are watching this channel. What is the goal of every citizen that composes the beautiful flag behind me? We want America to continue in its glory. We want us. We want to continue on that right path. We want to make sure this country's freedom is and this whole American dream continues to burn bright. You see, just go to outstocktrades.com. There's a little article about me that talks about my story. I started off homeless. I started literally from the bottom. And this beautiful country has given me an opportunity to work hard, to earn 3, 4, it's going to be 5 degrees, work hard to become a neurosurgeon, be able to, and amazing, it's just amazing part is the people from around the world, and also God bless the American people that have supported our stock trades. This experiment of democratizing financial information. It is such a beauty to be in this country. And personally, I always like to say, be a Republican with your mind and a Democrat at your heart. So I see a comment here. Clinton was the best president and we had no debt. Clinton was, President Bill Clinton's time. The 90s was a very, very, very luxurious time. Everyone was happy in the 90s. I remember, also reading too. So yeah, I agree with that. But I do believe that regardless what president you listen to, I believe each one has something to teach. And the biggest takeaway from this video is try to challenge yourself to listen to someone who doesn't share your beliefs. And better yet, try to challenge yourself in listening to someone who disrespects you and seeing them for just a human and not getting upset. I challenge you to do these things. It really will strengthen your character, and I think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So this is something that I recommend looking at MasterClass. I recommend being a student there. I find it very, we're learning from world leaders. They got some world leaders here. So yeah. But yeah, and I wasn't happy in the 90s, but Clinton was cool. Yeah, no, yeah, great. Yeah. And I do hope that one day we'll be able to, come together as a nation. I do believe that as a, presidents attacking presidents, I don't necessarily agree with that. That's very dangerous. And I have to say, President Trump's way in doing business has caused some tension. In fact, President Bush has stated that somebody new in the Republican Party needs to come out and be able to reinvent the party and be able to connect not only Republicans, but also Democrats as well. So I think about these things, not only in the terms of politics, but in the terms of how can I be a better citizen for my country? I mean, you find a place like that in the world, right? And I'm not the only person that thinks like this. Look at all of our active duty, all the people in our military, they think like this every single day. So, which is one of the reasons why I'm thinking of joining the reserves as a physician, to give back, right? So that's all I have for you guys. I really enjoyed the masterclass. I just couldn't stop. I just watched every video and I really enjoyed it. Comment down below if you've watched it. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.